Money FM 89.3. Best of breakfast.
That's right, companies to watch, and as usual, we've got Dan Koh in the house helping us to break down what to expect. And he had a pretty busy weekend, going through some new experiences. I'm sure he'll share with us what he has been up to. Good morning, Dan.
Hi, good morning, Ryan. Happy Monday. We're back again for another busy work week. How was your weekend?
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. I had a bit of a durian farm.
Heard you went to Malaysia.
Amidst the AutoGate chaos, not the best of times. Yeah.
But it's great because you didn't get caught in the mess, right? That's
I
happening
didn't
in
get
Woodlands.
caught.
Yeah. Oh, you
Not
did?
at Woodlands, but at
Plus.
Second Link. Yeah,
right,
yeah.
yeah.
So how about you? What did you get up to?
Oh, my goodness, yeah. I went for my second Pilates class.
Well done.
I have to say I'm feeling sore in parts of my body. I never knew I had muscles in.
No pain, no gain.
Yeah, exactly. But I think for those of you who have already tried Pilates, it's a good way for you to get active and just move around. So perhaps that might be an option. But that being said, welcome to Companies to Watch. That's a segment where we spotlight and stock you up with ideas of listed companies that will call for your attention. So we're looking at market trends to risks, as well as hidden gems or warning signs to steer clear of. 8855-0893. Text us. Be part of the conversation and tell us whether you think it's going to be a hot or not. Okay, Ryan, you ready for this one?
I think so. I'm looking at a name. I can't figure out what's happening here.
All right. A new competitor has emerged in the market as a key player in the technological revolution powering our data-driven world. I'm not talking about the REITs. I'm not talking about any conventional data player within the market. Not your NVIDIA, not AMD. Now, with exceptional hardness and versatility across multiple industries, ruthenium, that's a silvery gray platinum group metal. It's an overlooked element that analysts have said is becoming a crucial piece of material to the expanding artificial intelligence sector. You've ever heard of this compound before, or this?
No, I have to admit it is the first time I'm hearing about it. So why is it important? Why do we want to zoom in on this today?
Okay, we're going to dive a little bit more into this element here. And thanks to the boom in AI, that's the ultra rare element that most of us have probably never heard of and is considered to be this year's best performing raw materials. In fact, according to metals refiner Johnson Matthey, ruthenium has eclipsed the headline, grabbing rallies in other commodities like gold and silver by nearly doubling in its price over the past year to $800 an ounce. And that's driven by recent gains in, the AI revolution, particularly in hard disks. So before we dive into how much its price movement has been moving, let's first talk about what ruthenium is all about. So they're characterized by remarkable durability as well as adaptability that makes it valuable across electronics, energy storage, and chemical manufacturing applications. So it basically belongs to the platinum family of metals, sharing many properties with its better-known cousins. Most of us would be familiar with platinum and palladium, but with distinct characteristics that makes it uniquely valuable for specialized applications. And here's the best part. It's considered to be one of the scarcest commercially used metals on Earth. Annual global production totals merely 30 tons. So this limited supply, it does create a precarious balance in markets increasingly dependent on ruthenium's unique properties. So here's where it comes from. It's basically obtained as a byproduct of platinum mining operations with no dedicated ruthenium mines currently in operation. So the production model means that the supply of ruthenium depends entirely on the economics of platinum mining rather than responding directly to ruthenium demand. So the dependency creates significant supply vulnerabilities with annual supply standing at just 30 tons like what I've mentioned earlier, and analysts are expecting it to fall due to a lack of investment after many lean years. So the supply constraint does create a fundamental market imbalance that is likely to persist, and most ruthenium comes from South Africa's Bushveld complex and Russia's Norilsk region, with smaller amounts from North America. So you can tell that it's not exactly very accessible to investors and to people who require the product, and the concentration of production in these regions adds geopolitical risk to the ruthenium supply chain that's already strained by limited production. So that being said, let's talk about their properties and why they're so important in data storage today. So in hard disk or hard drive technology, ruthenium serves as an irreplaceable function that enables the staggering data density required for AI applications. So the metal appears as an ultra-thin film, less than 1 nanometer thick in modern hard drives. So it helps to facilitate specialized magnetic recording techniques that's essential for high-capacity storage. So basically, they help to allow for precise data recording at nanoscale dimensions and maximizes storage capacity while maintaining affordability. And as it rolls out, as you would know, data storage requirements would increase. You would then require technology which is still cheap, cost-effective, and can, of course, store large quantities of data. We've seen how this played out, especially here in Asia, where, a lot of these cloud or tech firms are constantly spending on more data centers. So they would require such elements to help them to keep up with the large quantities of data used around the world. And technology that leans on other elements are considered very expensive. So this would be a probable option for them. So if we look at the technical requirements for training advanced AI models, they're quite staggering because training a single large language model requires petabyte of storage. Do you know how much that is?
It's a lot of zeros.
A lot. 1,000 terabytes or 1 million gigabytes. Now, data centers supporting AI workloads need exabytes of cost-efficient storage. You know how much that is?
Also a lot of zeros.
A lot of zeros. That's equivalent to 1,000 petabytes or 1 million terabytes. So a lot of numbers, a lot of zeros to digest here. Basically, long story short, this is a material that would likely meet the demand of these technological advancements that require huge amount of data storage. So if you look at the price performance of this ruthenium product as compared to other metals in the market, the current price matches the previous peak from 2021 and approaches the all-time high of $870 established back in 2007. So across the board, palladium, platinum, gold, silver, it looks really grayed out when you're comparing it to ruthenium, who has performed a year-over-year change of 100% to $800 an ounce. So having considered all factors and having considered, the essential needs of ruthenium, I suppose the dramatic outperformance would have to give my verdict of this stock for today perhaps a heart.
Yeah, I can join you there because it seems like the demand-supply equation is skewing towards its favor. So I won't be surprised that these prices will go up.
Yeah, the intersection of constrained supply and technological-driven demand growth, that does create a compelling outlook for ruthenium. But let's not forget several factors like alternative technological development, economic factors, and certain substitution pressure could influence its trajectory. And that would pretty much do it for our stock, or I suppose element in focus, ruthenium. Now, Ryan, here's some fun facts about ruthenium. Now, ruthenium was the last of the platinum group metals to be discovered. And unlike gold or silver that has been known since ancient times, ruthenium was only discovered in 1844 by a Russian scientist called Karl Claus, who named it after Ruthenia, the Latin name for Russia. So, what did the scientist say when he found 2 helium atoms? A bit of science joke here.
Eureka.
Hee hee. S-H-E. So, are you uranium?
No.
Because I'm iodine, and if it was up to me, I would rearrange the periodic table to put you and I together.
That's a pickup line, not for me though.
Yeah, that's okay, Ryan. You're a good-looking guy yourself. And that would pretty much do it for today's Element in Focus, ruthenium.
Before acting on the information on Money FM, please consider if it's suitable for your own investment objectives, financial situation, and risk tolerance. To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.